Welcome to Wolf Farms. I'm Dawn.
Also known as Knit and Wolf.
Knit and Wolf.
And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo. This podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. We have a scent of the month every month, and you get 25% off of that. And for the month of October, it is pumpkin spice. So you can get 25% off everything in our shop that is scented in that scent. And it is a good one. It's one of Dawn's favorites here, smell. Smell-o-vision. Yeah, just put your nose up to the monitor. Doesn't that smell good?
Pumpkin-y cream.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. So we got 25% off that. Candles, soaps, bath salts, lotions, and our lip balm. So I'm sure you'll enjoy that. A couple more weeks with that. Well, that's been selling really well. So we had to keep trying to keep. We sold out, yeah. We sold out of what we had on the soap, and we got another batch in the shop. So if you had happened by the shop this last weekend, saw that we were out, well, we have more in. So we keep it going. And then also I wanted to point out that we have our Christmas stuff now in the shop. So like our candles, our candy cane candle. We also have the Santa's Tree Farm. Make your house smell very Christmassy. Dawn's been burning her.
Country Christmas, too.
Country Christmas. Yeah, we have a couple different Christmas scents for the candles. And then we have our soaps and stuff that we do. Seasonal soaps for the holiday season are now in the shop. So we got a couple other things coming up, but we're not ready to
reveal.
Yeah, we have to stay tuned for that one. So we're moving right along, and I'm starting things off here with Dawn turning red.
The behind the scenes. So welcome to new viewers. Thank you for coming and checking us out and giving us a try. And welcome back to returning viewers.
You know what to expect from us.
Warning, do not drink while watching this podcast.
So we what are
our segments this week include farm happenings, what's cooking in the coop, flown the coop, squeal like a pig in the arena, and roundup.
So let's get to it.
Farm happenings.
Farm happenings.
Well, let's go with the Fuji update real quick. She had a wonderful week. It's been 8 days today since her new chemo medication, and no reaction, which is awesome because
good to see her feeling good afterwards. And there's sometimes a delay between when we give it, so it's like all week long we're like, okay, another good day, And
well, because on this one the reaction time could have been anywhere between 2 and 10 days. So
yeah, but she's acting good, no issues. So that was a good thing. And we go back this coming week to visit the vet again and do the next round,
and she's going to be changing that too. So it'll be a different chemo, so
medicine that hopefully will not be as rough on her because she seems to react more to the chemo than other dogs. So they're dialing it in. So she's
it's nice. It's been good.
Yeah,
and we still have all the things going for that: the fishnets yarn, Rosie Retro, and No Knit Sherlock's noodle patterns. So
so that'll be in the notes. You can check any of those links out if you're interested in those.
Yeah. And we got some exciting farm news. We went to an Odyssey Ranch where we get our
chickens.
Fowls.
Yeah, chickens, ducks. They have quite a variety and
picked up a 6. Just 6
more chickens.
Because we figured by springtime they'll be ready to start laying. But the man out there even said that all his chickens, which normally produce how many?
Oh, he's like, he has hundreds of eggs produced a day, and he's like down to, next to nothing. Yeah. Because he says that this is the season they stop, they go through the molting process, and they'll stop laying then. And then the daylight hours affects how much egg production they have. And he says some people put lights in the coop for the chickens so that they get the full 14 hours or whatever they need.
Well, one of our viewers that lives not too far, she had mentioned us doing that.
Yeah, but we don't want to overwork them. We'll let them get some rest over the winter. So
Plus, they're at the age where they stop, so.
Well, they'll slow down.
Yeah.
So, but it's just kind of odd that they all did it. So, and he was saying that that's just molting season. So, my guess is that in the spring they'll fire it back up, but we'll have a couple more new, younger hens out there. Because we got sex-link chickens. We got 4 of those, which you could tell based on the color when they're born, whether they're boys or girls. And so we got 4 hens, which we tell by the color, so we know we're guaranteed hens, because it always seems like when we get they call it straight run when you don't know what sex it is. It seems like we always seem to get more male, the roosters, than we get the hens, because we want the hens. But we are guaranteed females, hens out of those 4, and then we got 2
New Hampshire Reds.
New Hampshire Reds, which we already have some of those.
We have 1.
We had more than one,
yeah.
But so these are straight runs, so we don't know if we're going to get hens or roosters or whatever. But we'll know probably in another 3 months or so.
Yeah.
So they're young, and so
if you hear cheeping, so far this morning they've been really quiet unless Fuji goes and checks on them, because she is little mama hen. She keeps going in there and she does this little whining,
Yeah, I got some video of it. I videoed the chicks so you can see what our new baby chick, little tiny things, they're still under heat lamps because they're young, and will be there until they get their adult feathers coming in, which is down the road a bit. But I went ahead and filmed them. So why don't we take a step over to the chick coop and we'll see.
Tub.
Yeah, the tub, our bathroom tub works really well. But I'll take you over to that video and you can take a look at them.
You go say hi to the babies? Come see. Where's the babies?
Aren't they cute little bitty fur balls? I just thought it'd be easier doing it that way instead of trying to have Farmer Jim come and bring each.
Well, you can see them all that way too,
Yeah.
and you can see them sleeping because when they're babies they just sleep like that. They just kind of they get under that heat lamp and they're happy and they sleep and eat and
Just like you with the electric blanket.
Yeah, I know. You turn that electric blanket on and I go, meow. And then Fuji is funny because she always, whenever we've had birds in there, she's always kind of check on them and scared you this morning because she was doing that.
Yeah, she burrows under her blanket in the morning, and I barely sat down with my tea and knitting, and she came up, and I thought she was sick. I thought, oh, this is the day, Sunday, no vets open, reaction time. Well, she came back really quick, and I thought, well, maybe she just went potty. So then, like 10 minutes later, she goes running again, and I'm like, oh. So I get up and I follow her. She's at the door, and then she started crying, wanting to check on the babies. So I opened it all up, opened the sliding door for the tub area. She checked on them, went back to bed, not a peep out of her. It's
You
like,
just have to check on them.
yeah.
Little mama dog there taking care of the chickens.
Yeah, and if you hold it to her, she'll sniff, and sometimes she'll lick its head, but
Yeah,
she just wants to make sure they're okay.
just checking on them. But you're getting worried because, like I say, we got 10 days out from that last chemo, and we're like right at the tail end. So, like, oh, don't get sick.
Yeah.
She's just checking on the babies.
Yeah.
And then another thing we learned, we'll do a duck update. Our duck, we mentioned that we had the duck laying eggs, and she was sitting on them. Well, she has entirely stopped sitting on them.
Well, we had really low temperatures this week during the evening, nighttime. I mean, one day it got down to the 40. Couple of the days got down
really
to the
low
40s.
And so small duck, 20 eggs, doesn't work out, and it's really not the season for them to be laying. It's more of a springtime, thing. So she's completely gone off of them. And when we were out picking up these chicks, the breeder, well, he breeds ducks too, but our bird breeder out there was telling us that they probably got too cold and didn't survive, and so he said they won't get back on them. And so we're kind of no baby ducks, but we did get some interesting information about the mallards, and this was kind of an eye-opener. We would have completely been having issues if we didn't actually talk to him, because what he's telling us is that there is a distinction between wild mallards and domestic mallards. And Fish and Game here in California will check to see if you are selling or whatever, whether they're wild mallards. You cannot keep them.
You can't have them on your property.
They can land at your lake as long as you don't have them
stay. They can't stay.
You can't coop them up. And he was telling us that when you have baby mallards that you are growing from the egg, you need to clip one of their toes to indicate that they are a domestic duck. We were completely lost, because apparently, he talked with
a $25,000 fine if they catch you having wild mallards.
Yeah. And so he was telling us that, he had talked to the Fish and Game, and we're telling him about these things. And he was telling us how to do it. Within the first 3 days, you clip the left back toe off, and then he says then that's the time you do it, just so that they don't have any issues, because it happens before the cartilage and stuff starts growing in it. So you clip that off so that if you do get stopped by, if Fish and Game comes out here, that they're all shown as domestic ducks. So I thought that was quite interesting.
We would have had 20-some ducks.
Well, or 20 or less, depending on how many actually hatched out. But it was interesting. I think that might be just in California. I don't know. But for those people in California, that's a definite Fish and Game. And I don't know if other states have the same issue. But
a lot of our requirements and things here are a lot higher than...
California is very regulatory friendly. They like to put new regulations out everywhere. So LA County's got their rules, which is the county we're in, and then California. I'm sure other states are probably not as rough, but California's sometimes a interesting place to live. So, but that was an interesting thing to learn. So now, if we do end up having
baby ducks,
a group of ducks born here, then we at least know, okay, we got to do this so that we don't get in trouble down the road. And then we can show this is the mom and this is the dad. They still we need to clip them. That's what they look for. So that was one of the interesting things. You saw some neat little bantam chickens.
Mini roosters. It was so cool.
And Don's like, should we get one? I'm like, and so we go through that. We do this every time. So we went out there and she's like, should I get one? Jimmy would love that. Oh, that'd be great. Oh, so, and then we get out to the car with the baby chicks that we had, and she's like, oh, I don't know. We're here. Should I get them?
I'm like,
do you want it or not? Yeah. So, well, why don't we just get some in the springtime? So we just ended up with the 6 this go around. But yeah, little bantam chickens.
Yeah, and they lay mini eggs too. Well, of course, because they're little.
Small birds, so small eggs.
So 2 of their eggs is like one of a normal chicken egg. So, but it's so cute, so mini chicken. He's really pretty because it was black, but it had like that green sheen to it, just like yarn.
Yeah. So we saw those, and then
quackless ducks.
Yeah, we saw Muscovy ducks. They're quackless. They don't like water they like to live in trees more than.
And they wiggle their butts.
Yeah, they wag their tail.
Yeah.
We didn't get any of those. No. It's always interesting because he's always got interesting birds. He's got different varieties and kind of the unusual ones. He's telling us every year he tries to come, get new breeds of kind of unusual variety of different things. So because he's got geese and he's got peacocks and he's got
all kinds of
guinea geese and all a variety of ducks and variety of turkeys, and he does, what was he saying? He's got like 5,000 breeder.
12. He's going up to 12.
He's got 5,000 breeder birds now, and he's going to go up to 12,000.
Yeah.
So he said he's always selling out, so he's got to expand. So he's got a lot of birds that he's got going. So, but he's always full of information because he goes out and helps the 4-H kids and stuff for the fair, and just a wealth of information, willing to share.
You always
and
have fun.
And he's got rabbits too. Forget about the rabbits. You always like the rabbits. We don't want
I
rabbits
don't
though.
want rabbits.
We got wild rabbits. That's
Yeah.
rabbit enough for us.
One of them's named Stash
Yeah.
because his tail's crooked and he's
he's
got a
got a
little
mustache.
mustache.
Yeah, he gets fed. We gets fresh greens and stuff out towards the area where he comes from. So
Yeah, because as soon as he sees me, he comes out because he's
he's-
I equal food.
yeah, he's not scared. He's one that'll sit there, even though he's a wild rabbit. He hangs out, and we could sit on the bench and he'll come around and hop around and stuff. But if you move too quickly, he'll hop off. But
See what
that's
you've
nothing.
learned.
So I think that sums up the
Farm happenings.
happenings. So what else?
In the coop. Oh no, let's
No?
not go there yet. We actually have a what's cooking. See, I didn't even
Yeah,
remember
I
the
know.
segment name because it's been a while since we've had it. This week I made, since we've had some cooler weather, we even had some rain. Yo, we had some rain. Yay! And I would send Jimmy out because it would stop, so I would send him outside and it'd start raining again. So
It's your lucky charm. Huh?
yeah, I'm like, get your butt out there and do the rain dance. So I made a skinny, slow cooker butternut squash soup.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Yeah, well, that was I have the link because it was, a recipe I found online.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it has butternut squash in it, white beans, black beans, veggie stock, which we will get to that.
Tomatoes,
Yeah, tomatoes,
Tomatoes.
which I used my garden that I canned this year.
carrots. Did you have carrots in there? I'm trying to remember. I've been
Corn.
Yeah.
So you
The
can
recipe.
check out the recipe. And, it's in the slow cooker, so you smell it all day, and you can take little sips, make sure you got the seasoning just right, and be sick all day long.
Some stubborn redhead.
Yeah, this summer I made and froze a ton of vegetable stock, because I had the garden. I put, had huge pots of this, simmering all day to make, so I'd have tons of it this winter. I used our real onions. I'm allergic. Highly
She's allergic to onions?
But I thought, I'm not leaving them in there. It's just flavor. One little sip of this squash during the day, and I was so sick. I was breaking out. My throat was doing the, and I'm like, so at dinner time, I'm like,
I don't know if it was the soup or something else. So you
Yeah.
took another bite and then immediately.
Yeah, I got really sick again, and
So I had to make her dinner. I ate the soup, and it's really, really good. And next time you make it without
I went
any-
and unfroze all that veggie stock, and
yeah. So
I don't know what the heck I was thinking.
No, now we know. Don't cook with onions. I never cook with onions because she's got onion allergies. I didn't realize she was.
Well, I can usually use a little bit of onion powder when I'm cooking, so I thought, I'm taking out the onions, just flavor. No, that was bad.
So I've had soup.
You've had
It's
better?
actually really good.
It
Tastes really good, and you enjoyed it. The flavor part?
I didn't enjoy
You didn't,
the
not the
afternoon.
reaction part, but the flavor part was really good. So next time when you make it, you can make it with vegetable stock minus the onions.
Or chicken bouillon cubes or something.
Yeah, use it.
But I was all excited because I'm like getting to use, stuff I did this summer, and
Yeah, we do onions in the garden not to eat, but they actually keep the tomato worms off the tomato plants.
you plant tomato, then you do onion, tomato, onion.
Yeah, so the onions actually keep the worms from eating up your tomato plants, and it works great. We had no worms at
not
all
a
this
one.
year,
Yeah.
but we don't really use the onions for anything. I put onions on stuff that I'm only eating sometimes, but not.
And then I don't kiss you.
Yeah,
And not because of the smell, it's just because I'll react. So.
Yeah, so no onions. So a little gardening tip, a little early. We got a little ways to go before the garden gets planted, but.
And that reminds me, our cherry almond lotion, we've had this question quite a few times. That is a fragrance oil. It's not an essential oil. So there's no almond in it because almond is, I can't touch any packaging of anything that uses almond oil, because that's bad.
Yeah. Well, you have a number of allergies,
I have
but skin sensitivities, and that's part of the reason why we even started making it ourselves was because of that. So, no nuts.
No nuts, nothing. Nope.
If it doesn't pass the Dawn test, it doesn't go in our store. So that's, and if anyone's going to break out, it's going to be Dawn. So.
I'm the guinea pig, or Squeal. So
we don't test on animals. We just test on Dawn.
Well, because we've had the lip balm. We were going to do a cinnamon one, and you talk about Angelina Jolie. That's nothing.
Yeah, we don't have that in the shop for the sole purposes. You had a bad reaction to it, and we don't want to take the chance of giving that to you guys. So just a little FYI that everything we do is based on your allergies and those people that have skin sensitivities and stuff. Yeah. And we don't even put dyes in our soap and lotions and lip balms because that's something it's not needed for the product. It's we don't need to decorate it because those things are just one more thing that you could be have an allergy to. And so we've basically stripped it down to only the essential stuff with stuff that's good for you.
So it just triggered it because I know we've been asked a lot, because personally, if it's a cherry almond, I wouldn't touch the, but it's not. Yeah.
It's Dawn tested, so get a thumbs up. Because she's got almonds, she cannot be near almonds. Avocado cannot be near avocado. So if you have a list of allergies, it's probably on her list too. Because she's allergic to everything. So. Yeah. Even onions.
I know this. I will never learn.
Yeah.
I'm quite learning the chocolate. I just can't do it. Yeah, but if you have chocolate allergy, that I call it caca. Cacao. 72% and higher. There's no milk or milk chocolate.
Yeah, it's like a dark chocolate, but but you don't have any reactions to it like you do with the other.
Because there's no milk.
Yeah, well, milk is part of it, but even, like I said, you don't have any chocolate side effects. So I'm going to actually make some ice cream. Well, we're kind of on the what's cooking. I'm going to make some of our coconut milk ice cream and then make it mint with the cacao shavings, so like mint chocolate chip for Dawn, so that hopefully she doesn't, because even the coconut that you've been getting with the chocolate in there has been,
because it has milk chocolate, and I just start getting itchy and hives and
so I'm gonna,
and I stuff up, and that's just tiny bitty flakes, and it's like crap. I really need chocolate sometimes. Well, all you women know what I'm meaning by that. I need a chocolate.
Well, we get the little Ghirardelli squares. And so that's just enough to kind of tame the chocolate beast inside, huh? Yeah. But I mentioned making ice cream before, and I was working on the recipe. So I've got another set of stuff another set of coconut milk cans and all the ingredients I need to make it. So I'm going to go ahead and make some chocolate mint ice cream, and then. We'll give that a try, and like I said, I'm trying to dial it in where it's not so hard when it freezes. So we're going to use some of the coconut oil in with that to try and keep it from getting so solid. So when I get something that works, we'll talk about it on What's Cooking. So I'll be doing that sometime maybe today, just to tame the chocolate beast.
So eat your caca.
Cacao.
I know, but
okay.
It's never dull here on the farm. So in the coop, let's get to the knitting.
Yeah, on to the good stuff.
So this is my sockhead hat that you're going to be sick of hearing about. And I don't knit on it much. And this is Dancing Dog Dye Works Glitter Paws in the Chihuahua colorway.
So you're knitting on that on the way out to get the chickens, right?
Well, yeah, because I don't have any plain
Oh, that's just straight knitting.
straight
so you
knitting.
can just...
So I did another inch. See, every week you just get an inch from me. Give me an inch. So it's getting there. The stockinette part needs to be, 9 inches or so.
We got about 6-7 inches there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might
Come
go a
along.
little further. I'm going to look like
You're
a
right.
real little gnome outside and my big old black parka. And thank
Well,
God
that's-
y'all can't see me in the mornings, in my sock monkey PJs, my black parka, and my
It's-
scruffy boots. And
I should snap a picture of that just so you can. We're quite entertaining to the neighbors, I'm sure, if they could see us.
Yeah.
You're running around in the dark, letting
the critters
the
out.
critters out for the day.
One thing let me turn my thingy on. I'm saw a text from Courtney. Oh, I've got some digital books too through the library.
hey,
See, you wanted to know
this
my
is-
email. I'm getting sidetracked.
Yep. Ravelry.
Still getting sidetracked. Rainbow Explosion. That's what I've been really working on. And this is my This is my
Is it upside down?
Lauren. Is it?
Turn it around.
No, it's
Oh,
up,
okay.
right?
It
Rainbow
was revolving.
Explosion by Lauren McMordy. So these are awesome. Her patterns are awesome. She's got a new one coming out in November. So excited. And this is with my mustache yarn, which is just so scrumptious to knit with. Oh, I got more to show you about this.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah,
don't
I forgot
get
all
ahead
about it. I forgot. So this is one of them, which I did 4 repeats on. But that's not all. That's not all. I've got a hoe. So from this stitch marker all the way up. And it was really neat because you also do the pattern so it'll go up the back. And so I even got the heel. And this is an afterthought heel because I've been asked. So this whole sock is finished.
All done.
Finished. Yeah.
I'm laughing over here because Fuji just went over to check on the
Baby
baby
check.
chicks.
So yeah, I do where they, end up matching the cuff and I liked her
Ribbing.
her cuff.
Oh, well,
Yeah. So it's a little bit different. A little different something on this one. See, I'm just getting all the oh, there's a little bit of cacao. So
I'm getting wild
my
with the
nose.
chocolate.
Yeah, it broke. And then I did just a wee little bit on my herbaceous socks, and this is with Fibertown Designs, which is Emily Chena Fool's Fibertown podcast. And I'm doing this in the fiber file yarn in the Sakura colorway, so I can knit along with Knit Nerd and Knitting Den podcast for their Pinktober. And I only did that much because I'm getting these Rainbow Explosion and the Herbaceous both have a design, and I was trying to do one night, one the other night, back and forth. But then I saw how close I was on the Rainbow Explosion, so I wanted to get one finished, and then I had to start the other one just so I had another one on the needles. But I'm getting them.
You're confusing the
confusing
You're
them,
blending the
'cause-
patterns
yeah.
together.
And then I started knitting on these yesterday morning, and I'm like, why is there a garter there and not like this little pearl? Because you can see that there's mine have that pearl down. You can really see the pearl thing. Well, that ain't supposed to be there. Because she has 3 different things going on, and I kind of combined 2 of them together. So this is an adaptation to the herbaceous, and I've got to make notes of what I did.
So you remember how to
So
do
I
it
know
on
how
the
to
other
fix,
one.
do the same on mine, because I'm not ripping out all of that.
You don't want to start back from the beginning?
No.
Remember, knitting's fun.
Yeah, because I'm like, what the heck? You know, and I'm like, Emily, something's going on here. So, yeah, I think I'm going to put this on hold, finish the rainbow one, and then have only 1 pattern sock, and then start a plain vanilla. Although I'm not allowed to start a plain vanilla till I get that sockhead hat off the needles.
Oh,
See, I got
the
rules. The rules
the
to
schedule.
my knitting.
Don't
Yeah.
want to get off track there.
Yeah, so
I
those
know
will
how
get
it is.
done.
I know how it is to get a pattern in your head, and if I was trying to do 2 different ones that had different stuff, I would get.
Yeah, because well,
It'd
in the
get
herbaceous
very
one,
interesting.
you do like 1 chart, and then you do another chart, and then go back to another chart, and do other things all on the same row. And I was combining 2 of those. Well, I don't want to say too much because it's a paid for pattern, so it's like
She
Emily
was
will know how I'm
challenged.
screwed
She
up.
was challenged.
I'm just mixing her up.
Yeah,
So,
making it interesting.
and she even I think has another pattern up her sleeve that's going to be coming out soon.
Cool.
These girls are just whipping it out.
Yeah. Is that all you have in your coop?
Yeah, what's in your coop?
What's in my coop? I got nothing in my coop.
But what do you want to have in your coop?
What do I want to have in my coop? I am debating on what my next project will be, because this is kind of hint at the flown the coop part. But my next project, I'm debating whether to do a sock. Trying to do the sock thing. I've got a hand spun hat project kind of in the holding queue at the moment, so I might get going on that, and maybe a crochet blanket for the animal. So figure out, I might get cast on itis here, and we'll see how that goes. But
Well, I just thought, since, socks are tiny needles, your hands cramp up, so you kind of have to have one on
Something
bigger
else.
needles. And
yeah, see, she's getting cast on itis for me. She's like,
Yeah.
oh, why don't you do this? And why don't you do that? And I'm like, oh, I'm a 1 pattern at a time guy, but we'll see. We'll see how that works out. Because I can knock out a crochet pattern, crocheted blanket pretty quick. So I can maybe, that'll be my I'll get that done, and then I can move on to something that is a little more involved.
Yeah.
So yeah, nothing in the
I figured
coop.
we'll start him with stripy socks, because then he'll get that addiction of the stripe.
Oh, I just one more stripe. Just one more.
Just one more.
See, I hear this all the time, so I know what it's like to be addicted to stripes
Yeah.
from a distance. She just want to lure me into the stripy sock stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't have anything in
So
the coupon.
flown the coop.
Flown the coop.
I have nothing.
My long-awaited working on pattern. I've been, over the many, many weeks that you guys follow along, I have been working on my Martina Bem Hitchhiker. And I was doing this out of Desert Vista Dye Works. Proud as a Peacock colorway. See, not a whole lot left. Little bit there for you to do some your
sock
scrappy blanket there. But voila, it is finished. So this is
There's
there's
you can
my
see
marker.
How much he did this? He did a lot this
So
week.
I was knocking it out of the park this week because I did that much. Because the funny
Back it
thing
up and
is,
show, because there, now you can see how much that.
that's,
That's
yeah,
a big old chunk of knitting.
Yeah, I was putting in overtime because the funny thing is there's little teeth on here. The pattern has the little teeth, and you count up the teeth, and it's like, oh, okay, well, when you get to so many teeth, then you do your bind off or your finish up and stuff. And I thought I had more teeth to go, and then I was reading the pattern after last week, and I'm like, I only got 5 teeth left, or whatever it was. It was like, I'm like, oh, I can do that, and it's like each row gets longer and longer, and so I did get it knocked out. I was
And it's gorgeous. Yeah.
so.
Here you go.
So yeah, I was able to finish that and get that off the hooks.
Yeah.
I finished that last night. I was really bound and determined to get it done, so I was up till 11 o'clock last night doing the bind off on that.
That's pretty.
So Dawn said I did okay. So
You did good. Your Zuzu pedal came out gorgeous too.
yeah, I've had fun with those, and you know I really like the colorway on that one. That's a nice yarn. So. But yeah, no, I got to the point where I'm like, I am so close. I'm going to get this done this week. So I was, every night this week, I've been trying to get, a little bit more done. So yeah, came together.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
So off the needles,
Yeah.
and into the sidelines for your
Onto the
onto
chairs.
the chairs that decorate the house with our knitted pattern. So onto the socks maybe, because I haven't done any socks yet. I've done a hat. I've done several hats. I've done a couple pet blankets. So the socks will be something new. I haven't done. My only concern is the needles being so small. My hands going numb or something. Trying to. We'll see.
Well, you were on 3s and fingering weight on this, so that was a good stepping down the little line.
So if I don't do any pattern, I probably do okay. I don't know how the pattern stuff
Well, you
works.
just start with
Plain
Yeah.
plain socks. Keep my toes warm. Huh? Yeah.
Squeal like a pig. This week for Squeal like a pig, I got a B-Wing. Brittany makes cards, and they're so awesome. And so I always have to show her cards because they're just beautiful. I just love them. So, and a sweet message in that. And then we just made a weird noise. And then I did a trade with Courtney, which is Knit and Pearl Girl, and she has the shop Sew For You, and that'll be linked. And I saw this fabric. Well, I might have suggested if you do anything Snoopy, I'll trade with farm stuff. And so, look at. And I will use this all year round. I use Snoopy.
If it's Snoopy, it gets used.
Yeah.
Dawn, just a hint, Dawn likes fall and Christmas so much that she will enjoy it all year long. So.
I've already watched Elf once.
Well, I think you've watched it more than once.
No, I meant this year.
We watched Elf in July, honey.
Oh, that's right.
Christmas in July.
That's right. So, here's the inside fabric, and she has her label. So, well, let me get it up where it's not focusing on me. But look how I love this. Her attention to detail. The little leaves inside. There's just beautifully sewn. I'm so proud of Courtney.
And she's got that firming, what do they call that, sizing or something in the...
It should make the hardness.
It actually,
As soon as you said that, I forgot the name.
See, I'm here to screw you up.
Yeah, I know. As soon as we hit stop. Oh, I'm not a sewer. Seamstress.
Yeah.
Here's her card. So yep, this is going to be a sock bag because that'll fit a skein of,
Enough for your socks
yarn,
and all your goodies that go along with it.
And this is her medium. So, yep, totally awesome.
Pretty cool.
And
it's
then
Snoopy.
And then she sent 3 pet blankets. There's uno. Dos. And Trace. Ooh, that one's really snuggly. So.
Pretty cool.
Yep. So go check her out. And pretty awesome. Told her I will trade her stuff anytime. Christmas Snoopy.
Hint.
Yep. And then, that's yours.
That's mine.
Then we got some more snuggles. And I got to show you the little card. This is her, I think, what did she call it? Her niece. Her niece Star. And this is from Cindy, which is Puffy Griffinclaw. But I had to show you this. Isn't that so sweet? An awesome note. And she sent 3. What's counting in German?
Dry.
Is that 1?
1, 2, 3.
2.
2. Oh, 1, 2.
Thank
I didn't know what you were doing there.
Well, because I did uno, dos.
Yeah.
And then?
And dry.
Yeah. Dry.
Yeah. It's not wet.
So that was cool. And they smell really good too. I just caught a whiff of something. So that was awesome. And thank you for doing more happy pets. Yeah.
And
then we got some from Deb, and she is Plain Jane 12. And I'm assuming this is Amanda. So I had to show you that Amanda wanted to lend a paw.
yeah, looks like she's laying on her knitted blanket
her
there.
little blankets. So yeah, this is a pretty big one.
It's for a big.
I love the colors. It reminds me of Neapolitan ice cream. I must have a sweet craving going on.
Yeah.
And then number 2. So there's a really cool pattern too. I like that little steps in it.
Yeah, because you were doing the log cabin
I
type.
need to finish that. Yeah,
It's similar to that.
Similar. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. So thank you so much, Deb. I just love the pictures, you guys, and the notes too. You guys are awesome. I don't want that getting
Stuff that in there.
And then yesterday, out by my gate, I found some blankets, and these are from Family Diva. She's local to me. Well, obviously, she's leaving it at my gate. And this is Sue, and she did 3. And this is
That's kind of.
Isn't that neat?
Mm-hmm. I like the yarn that makes that little checkery pattern there in the center.
The variegated. And then, yeah, Fuji was really sniffing this one. She was like,
Just like that.
she really liked that. I mean, because I let her see each one, and
yeah, she samples to make sure that.
So that was really cool
Fuji
to
approved.
find out by the gate. So thank you, Sue. So, yep, got some happy pets.
Awesome. You guys are doing great with the donations for the pet hospital there.
Yeah, I'm seeing the
Yeah,
pile over here. It's like, yay. Wow.
Wow, the
got some
table's.
room.
I know the table's clear. We started off with a mountain, so
Yep.
we're moving right along.
So thank you guys again for, doing all that. And,
Awesome.
yep. So,
What's in the arena?
in the arena, mention Courtney again. She's donating a bag for our Hatch-A-Knit. So our Hatch-A-Knit each month, we've done it each month. It's anything you knit.
Yep.
Anything you crochet, anything you sew, spin, stick it in there. And at the end of the month, we do prizes, which are gift certificates from Wolf Farms. And also now Courtney is going to donate a bag.
Excellent.
So that's going to be pretty cool. Our soccer along is also going on right now, and that's Socks You Knit in September. That's over. October, November, December. And we have Bird Leg Bags donating 2 $25 gift certificates. Fish Knits is donating 2 skeins of yarn. We have other donation yarns, and so lots of stuff for that. And we doing that each month.
Yeah, so make sure you, as you go along, put it in there as you complete them, because then you get more opportunity, because we're doing drawings at the end of every month for that. So you get a more chance at winning this, don't hold off till the end. Just get them all in as you go, and pretty awesome.
Yep. So, round up.
Oh, we're speeding right along. We're doing pretty good here. Just wanted to remind you, we do still have the Fuji Fight Like a Girl buttons in the shop. Those are available for you. We also have our Wolf Farm Video Podcast button. You can get these for free with any paid order, just during checkout in the comment section, just type in there that you would like to get one of the video podcast buttons. We'll be glad to throw one in with your order when we're shipping that off. You can decorate your yarn bag, knitting bag, your button monster, or whatever, and add some decoration to it. And I think that's about it for the day. So
until next time,
let's get cracking
and
hatch and knit. Bye, y'all.